Costa Rica took the lead, but from then on, Belgium dominated. And for many, they feel that maybe, just maybe, Robbo, this could be the time that the golden generation can really shine.
Today they played some fantastic, as you'd expect them to do with the players they've got. Dries Mertens down one side, Hazard, every time he got on the ball, he was running past people. Lukaku with his power and pace, but it's still held together by Kevin De Bruyne. He was magnificent. Some of his little 1-2s, he's passing round the corner, he's passing over the top. He's the player that really makes them tick.
You take a look at the starting 11 that they put out, Shaq, and it is one of those cases in which it's obvious that they should be in contention when it comes to the business end of this World Cup, but there is still a little bit of doubt around them. Why?
There's still a lot of doubt around them, certainly in my mind, and it's all down to Lukaku up front. As impressive as he's been for club, I don't think he's been able to replicate that form for country. It's a different...
Looked good today, though, didn't he? 2 goals?
He did, but it's a different game. Against a poor Costa Rica team, maybe you have to say, given what we've seen from them over the last couple of weeks. But at the World Cup, it's a different game. It's slower. You have to be cleaner with your finishing. And I'm not sure that Lukaku is that guy. We are talking about the same Romelu Lukaku who lost his starting spot to Origi 4 years ago. That he's improved, I just don't think enough to suggest that Belgium are going to go on and win this or get to a final.
I wouldn't say that's their weakness. Their weakness could be the wing-backs. Carrasco, who's really a left winger playing at left wing-back, he looks like he's going to start. Meunier down the other side, he's a decent player, but he's not a top-class player. And Alderweireld, you know, I think is a wonderful player, but over the last year, he hasn't played that much football. He hasn't been in Tottenham's side. I think he's lost that little bit of confidence. And Boyata as the middle centre-half in a back three, they would be the weaknesses for me.
Let's bring Gab into the conversation, shall we? Gab, is this kind of last chance saloon for this generation?
I think as far as the World Cup is concerned, perhaps. I mean, a lot of these guys are going to be around for the Euros. I think it's perhaps last chance saloon for playing a certain type of Belgian football that we saw under Wilmots, and hopefully it's going to be version 2.0, the improved version under Roberto Martinez. But, you know, I was listening to what you guys were saying about Lukaku, and I think the challenge is going to be, and we'll find out while he's done it, Lukaku gets a very different type of service at Manchester United than he does with Belgium. So I think that could be something problematic. But remember, they always have the plan B. Dries Mertens played at centre forward all season long for Napoli. Might that be something that Roberto turns to if Lukaku isn't firing?
What's success, Robbo, for Belgium this tournament? How far do they go and you think, yeah, they fulfilled their potential?
I think they have to get to the semi-finals. With the squad that you've just seen, with the amount of players that they've got that I would think are verging on world-class players, and we're talking about Hazard, we're talking about De Bruyne, and I still don't think Lukaku's a problem for them. They've got Batshuayi to come on if need be. I think they have to get to the semi-finals to be successful. And I think it's a big job for Roberto Martinez. He's got some big players to cope with.
Is he up for that job?
I think he's a good coach. Does he understand the defensive side of the game? That's why I highlighted the problem in the wing-back area. Everton, they played good football at Everton. They scored goals at Everton, but defensively, they weren't good enough. At Wigan, his team wasn't good enough defensively. Yes, they played great counter-attacking football. They played some good passing football, but he's always had a problem with the defensive side of the game, and that could be their problem in this tournament.
What would define a successful campaign, Shaq?
I agree with Stu here. It's got to be a semi-final. I think a lot comes down to who finishes 1 and 2 in their group, of course, group with England. You then pay up against Colombia or Senegal out of Group G. And that determines exactly who you come up against in the quarters and then the semis. But yes, given the talent in this squad, if you don't make these semi-finals, it's seen as a poor tournament for them.
Let's just remind you of Belgium's group. Of course, they're drawn with England, who are the other favourites to advance, along with Tunisia and Panama. Gad, the bookies have got Belgium as the strong favourites to get out of this group first. Is that fair? Are they a much better side overall than England?
I think they're a more talented side, no question about it. I'm not surprised the bookies feel that way. A lot of it also, you know, has to do with sort of the development of the group, the order in which you play. The thinking is Belgium have a much softer start against Panama, and then they can build momentum from there. And possibly also the fact that, you know, in the third game, if Belgium need to win against England to finish ahead of them, that they can do that. You know, right now there's no doubting Belgium's talent, whereas England probably behind, certainly in terms of the arc of progress that they're trying to get to.